So since Mr. Sanders recently endorsed Hillary Clinton, the other side asked me to create this video letting everyone know what the truth is about President Sanders and his soul. Number one, the dude signed a soul contract. Now what is this? Before he incarnated into a human body, before he came down as little Mork and Mindy egg and inhabited a human mortal body, his soul lived on the other side, partying with a bunch of other souls. Now, one day, he got together with a group of archangels, angels, the big guy upstairs, right? And they sat down and they said, Bernie, we have chosen you to be president of the United States in this next lifetime that you're about to start. Are you cool with that? Does that jive with you? And Bernie said, yeah, that's cool. I can do it. So he signs the soul contract and he agrees to be president in this respective lifetime. Okay? So his soul incarnates into a mortal body, and this automatically becomes his life purpose. It is written in the DNA of his soul that he's going to become president in this lifetime. So if I was doing a psychic reading for him on the phone without knowing anything about him, during his reading, I would probably bring up, hey, I'm getting this like political feel with you. Have you considered a career in government or something like that? I would sense the politics as part of his soul because that is his life purpose. It's like written in the DNA of his soul. It's what he's supposed to do. Now, this is a huge compliment that he was chosen to do this. Why? Because he was chosen by all-knowing beings. And these all-knowing beings can see every single aspect of Mr. Sanders' soul. His passion, his courage of conviction, his pure intentions, his heart-focused work, his bravery for pursuing truth under pressure of compromise and conformity. So they had to make sure that he would be able to stand on his own 2 feet as an individual and be strong and be a leader. Now, another intent that they set is for him to create a movement of unity and socialism and bringing people together. Unity, strength in unity. That was another intention they said, is not only would he be president, but he would start more of a movement of unity. Okay? So Bernie agreed to that. It's written in his DNA. Huge, huge compliment that he was chosen to do this, right? So, another thing, there has also been a divine intention set for him to be president. Now, as a professional psychic medium, I see divine intentions set all the time. They're like volleyballs that get set and are never spiked. And that's really hard for me to see because I have the ability to see the alternate realities that never happened because of free will. Because at the end of the day, free will really does rule the roost, and the future is never really set in stone. It's constantly fluctuating because of free will. So I've seen several divine intentions get set where I'm like, all right, well, the future is never set in stone. It might happen, it might not happen. But it's great, but if the divine sets an intention, it means it's for everybody's highest good. That's the best possible outcome, just to let you know. So these divine intentions that are set are important and they matter. But there is one word that you can say to me that will make my ears perk up and my head turn. And that is the word destined. And that is the word the other side used to get my attention. They said, Christine, Mr. Sanders is destined to be president. This isn't only a divine intention. He's destined. Now, how can I describe the difference between what I just described with divine intention versus destined? It's like life path, life path, life path, life path, elbow, life path, life path, life path. You see how this elbow is really important? It's like a support. It's like a strength. It's, it's the joint, right? It's like this is the event, like the supporting event on somebody's path that like has to happen. It's like predestined. It's destined. It like has to happen. It's important. It's really important. So if something is destined, the future is kind of set in stone. Free will gets a little fuzzy and a little shady when something is destined, because it means it's for everybody's highest good and it absolutely has to happen. So not only do we have a divine intention, but we have it destined. So that means the collective consciousness is all on board. And the collective consciousness is everybody's higher self, which is the part of your soul that lives on the other side, that's directly connected to the divine. Your higher self is your internal guidance system. It is you in your most angelic form that lives on the other side, that's actually guiding you through your gut feelings, compulsions, influence, whatever. So that connection to your higher self is very, very important. So whether or not you know it, your higher self is actually interested in Bernie Sanders becoming our next president, because it actually is for everybody's highest good. Who is telling me that? These all-knowing beings who can see every aspect of Mr. Sanders' soul. That's who's telling me this. So that's basically what they're saying, is that the collective consciousness is on board with this plan. Now, what needs to happen between now and November? Everybody's higher self needs to get in touch with their lower self and let them know that Bernie Sanders is the best choice for president. So everyone's higher self has their work cut out for them, but they're saying that's the plan, and I'm going to continue making videos moving forward as well as we get closer to the election. Now, I'm not trying to cast darkness at Mr. Trump or Mrs. Clinton in any way. I know it's pretty harsh, to be running for president and then have somebody come forward and say, hey, sorry, God wants somebody else. That could hurt your feelings. But it actually is true. That's exactly what I'm saying. God wants Mr. Sanders to be president. And he's going to make sure it happens. The collective consciousness is going to make sure it happens. So it's my job as a medium to let you know what's going on with the other side with regards to the election, universal energies, forces of nature, what's happening. That's why when you focus your attention and your mind on Mr. Sanders, you can actually feel energy behind him. I'm not really telling you anything you don't already know. That's why people are like, oh, I'm feeling the burn, I'm feeling the burn. It's like, that's fantastic. That means you're very connected to your higher self. That's excellent. So that's why I implore everyone to try to focus your mind on Mr. Sanders and his energy and his wonderful and amazing soul, and see what you get. Just pay close attention to your gut. What's your gut telling you? What's your intuition telling you? Are you having premonitions about him? Are you having dreams about him? Are you getting downloads while you're driving? Just be open. Just be open. Because again, I'm not really telling you anything that you don't already know. So I hope everyone starts to feel the burn between now and November. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.